figured I'd throw up a live. I'm just out here in the shop doing some work today. It's Saturday. Working on shaping. I may have already started on this block a little bit. Maybe I should have started from the beginning, but I have more blocks right here that I can work on also. So I'm going to go ahead and point you down at the work and start shaping. Trying to get you over where we can see good. Hey, how's it going, Plunder Shop? Or should I just call you Seth? Now that I know your name. Whoa, dropping it. Starting with this little fish looking thing. I think I'm going to put a tail on it like this. That way, regardless of which way you hold it, left or right handed, you got some place to lay your thumb. So we'll go ahead and get it fired up and get it on it. On my way to the post office. Nice. Montana Piper. How's it going? Where'd I get the French wheel? Well, this isn't a French wheel, actually. This is more of a French wheel. And you wrap your sandpaper around it. This I made out of a couple pieces of aluminum and a steel or stainless steel piece of round stock and a bolt, a carriage bolt that went into the front side underneath the pad, and then threaded the actually I don't think I threaded. I think what I did, I drilled and tapped this and then Loctited a bolt in and then cut the head off so I didn't have to deal with threading it. Just quicker and easier that way. This big 36 grit hog I picked up from Tim West, which is jhlow.com, I believe. He sells pipe making supplies just like Vermont Freehand and Raw Crafted. I kind of started out with Tim earlier on. Still use Tim for some stuff. When I need something, I just go looking at all three sites and find what I need. I don't really have certain things I go to each one for. I'd like to have a nicer one of these because this is just a you can get these at the actual yellow disc, and the paper you can actually get at Rural King. It's made by Gator. It's a universal backing pad. It's a little bit warped because it's plastic. I didn't do a very good job of attaching my well, I did a decent job of attaching the sandpaper. What I have is a problem with when you get them new, they're all kind of warped and stuff in the store, and really probably need to find a way to put some weight on it, and not on this one but on future ones, and have them smash completely flat before I go to install. But I needed a new disc on there the other day, and I just took one off the pack and put it on, and it's got a little bit of a hump here, and I glued it, but evidently glue in that little area right here didn't take, so it creates a more of a concave sand, so I end up having to work out here, which typically pipe makers work off the last half to 3/4 inch anyhow, but for hogging I like to use the whole disc, and that messes things up a little bit, so I just have to pay attention and correct as I go. We're getting quite a bit of rain here. About 5 minutes away from shipping the plug boards to Mr. Pipes of Old. You see that in Montana, Greg? Seth, Plunder Shop, is shipping me out at least 2 cutting boards with his knives that we talked about on the trip over to Ohio. I'm planning on laying those out on my table at Chicago. Hopefully he's got his business cards in there for me. I'm going to fan out his business cards over them. I'm pretty tempted to buy one of them myself. So I'm not sure how many he's sending for sure. I hope he sends more than 2. If not, I may only have one of them available there. I think he said they're running around $100, which he hand makes the knives himself, you know. And for anybody else watching that doesn't know, Plunder Shop is a blacksmith, and he makes the primitive style knives, and he has a friend evidently that did the boards for him, the cutting boards, so I'm excited to see those, and I'm planning on at least displaying them. Even if I do sell both of them, or however many he sells pretty quick, I'm going to leave mine on the table and leave his business cards on it so people can check him out and maybe drive some business his direction. One of them looked like it was walnut from the picture he sent me. The other one I'm not sure what what type of wood that was, but yeah, I'm looking forward to being in Chicago. Be great seeing you guys up there again, and I'm just in production mode right now, trying to get stuff done. I've got 8 Shire pipes that I need to finish up. I'm waiting on the clear coat, the oil to cure. They'll all need polished. They'll need logos put on them. They'll need bulk coated. They'll need measurements taken and cards made for them. I started 4 pipes last night. These are more the Emberling. Here's this one here. He's about the size of the one I smoke, maybe just a hair bigger, but designed the same, with the tail flipping to the one side, so you can put your thumb on this flat area back here, and it's got a hard line here on the side. Yeah, it's got a flaw. Got a flaw back here too, but they're sandblast pipes. Most of my Emberlings, it's going to be a rarity, I think, to have a smooth Emberling, just because there's so much more work. And then this one's a little bit smaller. I guess I could show you in size. A little bit smaller. Bowl height though is within a 1/4 inch probably. This is 1.5 inches, I'd say. This one's probably going to be 1 1/4 inches, maybe 1 3/8 inches. It's pretty deep in there. My finger's touching the bottom, so yeah, it's definitely over 1 1/4 inches. Shape the tail kind of this way. That way it kind of holds either way. Your thumb can tuck in on either side of it when you're holding it. And I'm going to try to leave this flat on the bottom so they can sit. Or not they, but this one can sit. I think it'd be, I don't know, let's see, pan over here. Let's see if it'll sit for me. Yep. I think it'd be pretty cool with that one being able to be a sitter. If I can leave that on and not mess up the look of it too much. I may have to radius this up a little bit to, I don't know, that kind of changes the back profile. But I don't like that going straight really at the moment. But yeah, I'm sanding on this one currently. Love a little sitter. And then I've got this one here. I'm going to round off the top of the bowl some. It's going to be a little bit squatty. I can't remember. This one may be 1 1/4 inches deep. I'm going to round the edges in. I'm going to leave kind of a oval shank on it, I think. Yeah, it's kind of similar to a pipe that I picked up from another maker. Probably 2 years ago. Canner Halligan, Butterbones Briars. And then I've got this one here. It's going to be more of a fig shape. And that grain, I started drawing on this block to make one of these fish, or fugu or blowfish or whatever these are. And I started drawing this on it, and I saw that grain and I thought, man, that requires something different. I had these blocks thrown out in a bag to work on next, and when I pulled out 7 blocks and started drawing on them last night to figure out what I was going to be working on, that may turn into a handmade. It's probably not going to be an Emberling unless it's got some pits in it or something, but we'll focus back down here and I'll get back to shaping on this little one. See if we can clean it up just a little more. Hey, Smarty Bob, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day. Just showing some work that I'm doing today. Putting on the French wheel now in order so I can get into this little groove here behind the bowl. Keep sanding. Yep, you're right, Bob. I need to stay on it. Got a lot of work to get done in a short time to do it, I feel like. Here's one that I started yesterday. Started this one yesterday. Started this one yesterday. And started this little fig yesterday. So, going to be working on all those today. missed a spot. Bring you back up here for a second. What's this? I'm bringing 4, I think, but I'm not sure. You're asking, Paul, what's this? How many pipes are you going to take to Chicago? Bringing 4, okay. It's a work in progress, Bob. I don't have a definite number, but it's looking like somewhere between 19 and 30. Somewhere in that ballpark. It would be nice if I could show up with closer to 30. I think I need to make, I'm hoping to make 10 more and have them ready to sandblast next Saturday. So I'm hoping to have 11 that I need to blast next Saturday, but that means I have just Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday and Wednesday to finish all those up. But they're going to be Emberlings at this point, except for one, so it'll have to be blasted too for the finish. That's the fig shape that I'd like to work on. I'd like to make that a handmade, which is a higher end pipe due to the grain on it, and I'll hand cut a stem for that. So yeah, I've got today, so I got about 25 hours left that I can put into them this week, maybe 30 if I push it, and then including today, and then sandblasting next Saturday. Try to stain and finish those pipes, and the other pipes need logos put on them, bowl coatings put in, polished up. So there's still some work to do on the other ones that I have, the Shire series and all of my Lavots. I think I have one Lavat that's actually ready to go. The other 3 needs finished. 8 of the Emberlings need finished. So that's why I say 19 to 28, 30, something like that. I was just looking at this grain on here. It's kind of funky. Let's spray it down so you can check out the grain on this little guy. It's got a flaw in the bottom, so he's going to be a sandblast regardless. Spray the back side. There we go. It would have been a pretty cool little smooth, but it's got this flaw down on the bottom side. I don't want to change the shape to get rid of it. I like the shape the way it is. Stems. Okay, let's see. I did not see the question. Stems, sorry. Stems. I do not see the stems question on here. I wonder if it would possible to do an Emberling with 2 stems, church warden and regular. Not sure if cost would work out. what's that? I have a big wizard that's a church warden in there, Emberling. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head that I might be able to put a stem on. I'm trying to remember what type of stem that has. I don't think that's a filtered pipe, but I don't know if it's a 5/16 stem or a I'm sure it's not, pretty sure it's not a tapered stem. I'd have to take a look at it. That's the only one currently I have. And it would be an acrylic stem. It's not a wooden stem. The wooden stems are reserved for the Lord of the Rings style. Just tossing out ideas. I have had some people want typical mouthpieces, the actual end of it to be designed like this. I was debating about doing that, but I think I'll have to hand cut those. It just kind of messes with the look of Lord of the Rings style to put those on instead of putting the little bullet shaped ones. I think when you put a flat mouthpiece on, it's just going to look odd, and I don't think most people really want to clench a 9 to 12 inch pipe. Alright, so there's the top, the rim. I kind of used the center of the wheel to kind of get a little slope leading into the bowl on that one. We'll have to talk. Just I may not be understanding your question exactly right, Greg. So we can talk in Chicago. We'll probably be hanging out, maybe having a bowl together anyhow. So we'll hopefully have time for that. So that's that one. That one's ready to be blasted. So I'm going to set him over here. This one here, he's still got the rough 36 grit grind on him. For shaping, he needs this line straightened up a little bit. I think what I'm going to do those, I think I'm going to switch over to that other more pot looking shaped pipe. Go back to the heavy wheel and try to greatly modify this one. Could you just sandblast the bottom on that one with the flaw? I probably could. I do have one of my wizards, but it had some flaws up farther on the bowl, so I blasted the bottom and all the way up to about the top, maybe 3/8 of an inch. I left the top. I just kind of blasted and then just let it kind of fade, and I feathered it in there. So it stayed smooth on like the top 3/8 of an inch of the bowl, and the rest of the bottom sandblasted. So I could do something similar to this one, do a fade blast on it, just to try to save some of that bird's eye. It's got some decent cross grain in the back. It's a little bit off centered, but got some weird stuff going on here with the straight grain there. Typically, yeah, but I mean, this French wheel's got it pretty close to a decent smoothness on this one. I mean, really, it wouldn't take much more time, if any, really, to blast just the bottom of this, and I could look at the shape a little bit more, see if it's got some wonkiness to it. But that's part of the thing about the Emberlings. They're not really as refined a pipe. They may have some little inconsistencies or wonkiness about them, and they may not be perfectly symmetrical. A lot of times they're more asymmetrical for that reason, just so I don't have to worry so much. But this one, I mean, it's turned out so smooth in the sanding. I mean, this one I could leave some of this smooth and just blast up the bottom half of it or something. There's a couple little sand pits on this side But if I stain it darker, those will kind of hide too. So yeah, I may consider that, Greg. Alright, so that's that one. We'll zoom back down to the wheel and we'll get to grinding on this one. And this one's really, I mean, I kind of drew out a rough shape, but it's hard telling. I think I'm going to taper the top of the bowl in, so it's probably going to change shape quite a bit. We'll zoom back down here. We got the 36 grit. Let me move you down a little bit closer, maybe make for a little better viewing. Sorry, don't mean to make everybody seasick in the process. Adjusting all the legs. That's a little closer. Maybe I should go closer. Sorry, everybody's getting shook around again. I'll have it done here in a second. Alrighty, now we're getting up close and personal to the wheel. Let's see, I should probably line it up like this so you can kind of see how I'm approaching the wheel a little better. Alrighty, here we go. Could you just sandblast the bottom? Oh, okay, that was earlier comment. All right, Greg. Looks like I don't know if Bob's still here. He might be. So, here's the question. I'm gonna go out on a limb and do something I probably shouldn't do, but we'll try it and see what happens. Currently, that's roughly the shape. What do you think? Is there something you think ought to change? It's an Emberling now. So is there something in the shape I should change? Should I taper the top of the bowl in? Should I thin it down here, pinch it together a little tighter, flare that out more? I don't know. Should I change the bowl into more of an apple shape? Not real sure. I didn't really plan this one out. I just kind of drew on the side roughly. So now the question is what to do with it. I'm this far along. I mean, I could just stick with this general concept, but I just don't know. Maybe it needs something different. I'd like to leave a lot of meat here. Maybe a little thinner. I'm a sucker for a pot shape. I mean, I could kind of wonder what would happen if I changed the whole shape. Well, not the whole shape, obviously. That's a little harsh. Maybe turn it into kind of a Rhodesian-ish with a wide change it into more of a Rhodesian. Chop the top, round the bottom end just a little tighter, and then thin this up some. The expert, huh? No, that's why I'm saying, what's your thoughts? I don't know that I can even accomplish what your thoughts are, but do that, or if you're a sucker for a pot, we leave the pot and just thin down the shank, just up at the bowl. I don't know if I can quite go this thin, but this will be a reference. Do it angled like that. It's going to be something kind of unique. Emberlings really don't follow any kind of, you like how the bowl is now, just a pot shape. Emberlings really don't have to follow any kind of rules. These are more of an experimental pipe for me, because it's me just getting comfortable with the wheel and experimenting. I can see how to go about approaching the wheel and just different things. So yeah, we'll cut that shank down to closer to the bowl like I drew them. I'll try to bring the edges in a little bit more on the pot to get it closer to the bottom matching up more with the top, and we'll see what that looks like. What's the worst thing that's going to happen, right? Let's not talk about the worst thing that could happen. even sides, etc. What I was on a live and said my first 2 tries at hobby blocks were Neanderthal, Danish design, kind of oblong eggs, and I didn't get even sides, etc. Hey, how's it going, Chris? Alright, so here's this. I'm not sure. Got kind of a different design there. Loving it, huh? Okay. It's just kind of definitely different. It's almost got like a Danish flair to the shank, and obviously just a pot shaped bowl. So I don't know that I've seen a pot with a Danish flair to it as far as the shank. Tried to make it a little larger here at the exit, cut down more to the sides. Sold, huh? Well, we'll see how it turns out. We still got a little ways to go. You've seen it before? Oh, cool. Yeah, I was just kind of winging it and going off your suggestion to see what we end up with here. Kind of unique. It's not something you see on every table, that's for sure. So I'll go ahead and switch discs again. That big disc is the 7-inch one. It's 36 grit. This one here, it's a 5-inch sanding disc, and it's kind of padded a little bit. That rubber is a little spongy, not real spongy, but. And then I think I'm running 240 grit on this, so that cleans it up pretty well. And then on the French wheel, it's definitely got a little bit of padding in here, got a little bit of give, so you don't have facets so much. And it's 400 grit. It's kind of weird. I had a Lovat that I was making, Greg, and I can't show you the picture of it, but I've made 4 for Chicago, or I'm attempting to make 4. And the last one, I took a picture, sent it to Chris, said, "What do you think?" And he thought exactly what I thought. It looked more like a pot than it did a Lovat. And it gave me the impression that I needed to narrow this to give the whole bowl a more rounded look, so it didn't have the straight. Even though it wasn't straight, it looked like it really needed pinched in on the top to make it look like a billiard for the Lovat shape. And I measured across the bowl to another one that I had, and they were like within a few thousandths, and I was like, what in the world? And it was kind of strange. You were mentioning shaping your pipe, so this may something be considered. A couple different things. One, in order to fix it, I didn't take anything off the top of the pipe. I only took it off the bottom, and by pulling the bottom in the front and in the back here, where it transitions from the shank, and then obviously following the same shape around with the sides, all of a sudden it looked like a Lovat. And it's like, for some reason my eye was picking up that it needed to be thinned here, and it looked like it might have been a little fat in the belly area here on it. But once I got to looking at it, I thought, no, I'm going to take some off the bottom, and it was just like, wow. How in the world did my eye get drawn into the top portion of the bowl? Being wrong. Um, so you're talking about your shaping. Um, what you can do, regardless of your shape, I can change the shape here just by using the fat of your hand. I'm not sure how well that's showing up. It's not working out very well for me here. But like, there's the pipe, and then if you push it down into that there, you can kind of get an idea and change the shape of the pipe here. And that'll give you a new line to look at on your pipes. And you can kind of experiment with, well, if I take it off more off the bottom, if I take more off the top, how's that going to change my look? Can't recall which pipe maker showed me that, but yeah, you can use that to kind of help get an idea on, hey, where's the too much material. And I've heard more than one pipe maker say the trick about making a pipe is remove everything that's not the pipe. As silly as that sounds, I mean, it's true. I mean, there's truth in it. It's just, how do you picture that in your head? So that was one way. I have a 12-inch sanding disc, so that may be part of the issue. Yeah, I've got a disc, a 12-inch disc, and but it's set up like a, I don't know what you want to call it, benchtop disc up here. That's not ideal because you got all this here in the way. I mean, as long as, I guess if you took that guarding off, if that's possible. I haven't really looked at this one. I don't think it is. I think that's built in. But yeah, getting in here to be able to maneuver the pipe around like this and have it thin enough front to back to where you can actually get in here. And even this, even though it's thicker, with it having the bevel on it, I can get the pipe in here to work on it, and it's clearing. So I don't know if that'll help you, but a couple things to look at. So we'll switch over to, oh, I didn't even show you, I was pointing the wrong direction here. That's what you have. Yeah, that would be pretty hard to work with. So with this one, by it being thin like this, I can get in here. And even if I'm moving around on like this, it's got room for this shank to be behind it where it's not hitting on something. And I can kind of get in there. And then even on this one, and these are cheap at Rural King, I can get in here like this, or if I need to get in here, I can get in here and work on this, and it's got some clearance on the back side for you. And that's really what's great about the French wheels on the bent pipes, or pipes that have something like that. You can get in there and work on this part of the bowl. It's just, you got to be careful because you'll end up dinging that little tail. It takes a little while to get used to that, but it is possible. Practice makes perfect, as they say. I'm serious about buying it. If it turns out for you, it makes me a memory watching it being made and then having the pipe. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm definitely making every attempt to make every pipe turn out, so as long as it doesn't have something crazy happen, which it shouldn't. I mean, we're getting pretty close to the shape of it. Yeah, I don't see anything catastrophic. It has one little black mark here, but this is going to be another sandblast. Let's see, there we go. It's got this cool little pattern shooting out this way all the way around. Not sure how far forward it's going to come for us. Got some bird's eye up here. Make a little shot of water on here. But it's got this bad spot here, but when we blast, that'll all go away. Hopefully, it should. Got some grain coming through here. But yeah, we'll keep working on them and see how it comes out. If you decide you want this particular pipe or you want to take a look at it, could it have a different stem, more colorful? It can. I've got light blue, I've got green, I've got red. Let's see what I got here. This one's not colorful, it's gray swirly. Got yellow. There's the light blue. Got green. Got Tortuga. I have red in the house. There's that yellow again. Tortuga. I've got that red kind of iridescent color in the house. Those are probably more of my colorful ones. The gray's not colorful, but it does have a little bit of shine to it. But yeah, if you think you're wanting this one, I'm good. I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't know what it is with those fancy stems. I'll test fit a few of them, so hopefully we can have some options with it when you see it in person. Catch me before the show though, Greg, and mention it to me so we can take a look at it. And if you're interested, that's fine. And if you change your mind, I'm good with that too. No pressure. But yep. So I'll go ahead and switch out the sanding disc, and we will try to improve on the shape a little bit, clean it up, and see. Red, blue, or gray could be okay. Not just a bit of white. Oh yeah, I'm not really a white stem guy either. Some guys like it. Hey Chris, how's it going? Afternoon. Holy smokes, this live's already went 114 minutes. I may work on this pipe, and then I may end the live. Big sigh. Hate autocorrect. Yeah, that's no problem. It's 1:30. What I may do, I may take a break here after I clean this one up just a little bit more. Go get something to eat, and then I'm gonna get back in the shop. So I may do another live today. I've still got more shaping to do, so I mean, if people are interested in seeing it, that's cool. But yeah, we'll definitely talk on this one, Greg, and I'll go ahead and clean it up just a little bit more and see where we go with it. autocorrect. Oh, okay, that's we read. I'll be there for pipe making 101. Awesome. I was gonna ask about that earlier. I was thinking you might be interested in that. So you are gonna have a blast in pipe making 101, hanging out with some of the masters. It is a great time. First dibs. All right, so still need to go over it with the 400 grit French wheel. Um, Still got some facets on it, of course. And I don't know about that lighting. You can see it's pretty facety right here. Got a little bump there. Got some bumps here at the transition, but that 400, I can smooth all that out and refine the shape even farther. Let's see, what else do I have here? I got this one. Got the Tortuga. Here's a little flashier green. I got the other colors inside, but I wanted to throw something a little flashier on there. So yeah, I will probably continue sanding on this on my next live. Greg, we're at 127 minutes and it's 1:45 here, so I'm gonna go get lunch. And of course, I think this whatever stem I put on it, I think it's gonna have a slight bend. I think. What do you think? Yeah. Okay. So that's where we're at currently. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here, guys, and go grab something to eat, and then I'll be back and probably fire up another live here in a little bit, maybe an hour or so, hour and a half, and figure might as well have it on here. I like slight bent to get away from my. You don't have much of a mustache, do you, Greg? All right. So yeah, I'm gonna hop and but I'm not gonna quit. Obviously, I'll just go grab something to eat, and I'll be back and fire up another live. If you're interested, I'll continue to work, and we'll see you guys after a while. So hope you have a blessed day, and pipe on. Slamming Montana Piper, not good. Flaming. What? Maybe I don't understand flaming. I like it all. I like the big beard and mustache. Mine isn't quite that big. I don't have a big old broom, but mine ain't thin either or small. Just not. Oh, if you light yourself on fire, yeah, that's not good. All right, guys. I'm going to hop, and I will be back on here after a while, more than likely. So, catch you then.